Hello y'all, it has been a very long time since I have published on my channel. What is going on? Do y'all miss me? Cause I miss y'all. I don't even know where to begin, y'all. Life has just been lifing since the top of this year, the start of this year. I have very much been in kind of like a lock-in mode, just in terms of like all aspects of my life, but in particular, when it comes to like my weight loss journey, my health journey, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to record this video and kind of share with you guys a little bit about my weight loss journey, my postpartum weight loss journey, I guess you could say. I'd been wanting to lose weight even before I had the girls because I had gained some, but that's all part of the story, which we can get into in a minute. I'm just excited to share with you guys, a little bit about my journey. I'm also excited to, well, actually I'm not excited. I'm nervous to share like the photos and the progression over time. I'm hoping that this video will be inspiring or maybe more so comforting for those of you that are out there that are on a similar journey, especially for the moms out there. I feel like, with bounce back or snap back culture, it's easy to think like, oh wow, after I have my baby or babies, if you've had multiples, like your body should look a certain way. But it's just like, it's not realistic unless you have the best doctors or the best, like, I guess, if you had the best routine even before. I hear for some moms that's good. Like if they were really great with their diet and their exercising before they got pregnant and then maintained it while they were pregnant, like it's easy for them to snap back. That was not the case for me, okay? I'm just gonna kind of like jump in. Before I got into my relationship, I always was around like 130. And then when I met my boyfriend Oscar, I gained weight. I got to 140. It still looked good. And then as our relationship progressed, and by the time I had the kids, I was 163. And I teetered around there for like, I guess like a year and a half, 2 years. And then I ended up getting pregnant. By the time I had my babies, I had my kids prematurely. They came at 30 weeks. So by the time I had them, I was 207 pounds. It's a lot. And it's crazy to think that I actually probably would have been more, closer to like their due date or a little bit further in if they would have just like stayed in the oven a little bit longer. When I left the hospital, I was 175. I had gained some pound, like over 10 pounds post delivery. I had my kids August 2020, and then I didn't start my journey until March 2021. And I was like, okay, I am 187 pounds. This is the heaviest without the babies being in me that I've ever been in my life. I need to get serious. I need to lock in. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something. I need to get serious because I'm uncomfortable in my body. I don't like taking pictures. I will not take a full body picture. I will not show people what I'm looking like. Like I was embarrassed. In March 2021, I ended up walking. I would like walk in our neighborhood, and do that for maybe like an hour or so. Like 2 miles was my goal. And then eventually I started calorie counting, and I eventually got down to 170, and I stayed 170. March 17th, I was 187 pounds. By May 5th, I was 178. And then it looks like in July, I was teetering like 170.6, 171. I did get down to like 168.2 on August 5th. And then I ended up bouncing back around the time of my birthday because we ended up going to Palm Springs that year, and I was eating and drinking. And so I did end up getting back to 170.4. Actually, it looks like on the day before my birthday, I was 168.8. And I'll put a picture of myself, and I was 168.8. There's a picture on my Instagram. Stomach is out, whatever, but I was feeling better. Got down to 168, but I had set a goal for myself that I wanted to get down to 140. So I was like, I'm almost 20 pounds. Like, let's try to hit that. Well, unfortunately for me, I ended up bouncing back. I'm looking at this log right now. I ended up getting back to like 174-ish by the end of August. And then within September, I was teetering between 171.8 and 172. I did end up getting down to like 169.8, but it kind of was just like a lot of teetering. By the end of the year, I was still like 170-ish. One of the things that I do, and this is bad because I even do it to this day, is like I'll be so good during the week, but I undo all my progress during the weekend. And because I hadn't fully given up like snacks and alcohol and like just all the things that are bad for me. Like I wasn't seeing any progress. Between December 2021 and April 2020, so December 2021, April 2022, I like stopped calorie counting. I just was like over it. I just was kind of teetering and going back and forth with the calorie counting, and then we eventually did move, and so that kind of impacted things, like moving into a new place and having to get settled, and all this time also being like a working mom. And then, you know, things started to open back up, so then my boyfriend ended up going back to work, and so I had the stresses of the kids on my own a lot more versus when he was fully there, like always there, physically, to like help be hands-on. So that definitely impacted like my routine and what my priorities were in terms of like my health. But I kind of maintained from 2022 to 2023. I ended up getting down to like mid to low 160s. And yeah, then this year I have been sitting pretty between 160 and 163. And it's been tough. A little while back, a couple weeks ago, I, you know, got on the scale and I was looking at it and comparing the number to the same time last year. I was the exact same weight. I had like a feeling of defeat and kind of like deflation internally, just because I feel like I've been on this journey for a really long time, and to see that even over the course of a year, like my weight virtually had not changed. And I actually had my boyfriend end up taking some photos of me. I compared the photo to the year prior. It's not like a drastic change, and I'm far from where I want to be, but you can kind of see a little bit more definition. I was just like, wow. Like, so regardless of what this scale is telling me, the changes I'm making, the locking in that I'm doing is actually helping me. And so it kind of just spurred it, like an idea in my mind. I don't know if I'm going to even maintain like a weight goal, like a number on the scale, but more of like a physique, rather, like having that kind of goal in mind, like the way I want my body to look, versus attaching like my goal to like a number. I want to talk about the things that I'm doing to change like the definition in my body. So despite me like basically not having lost any weight like year over year, my body is more defined, I'll say. And I think that's because what I'm doing at the gym is different than what I was doing before. First was like running and walking, and then I just ended up doing like walking at an incline, and now I'm lifting weights. So I'll do some arm workouts. I'm doing abs. I used to hate doing abs even when I was smaller and like my stomach was flat. I was like, I'm never gonna be doing abs, because for what? My stomach is flat. Haha, yeah, 20-year-old Victoria, like early 20s Victoria. I'm like, that's so funny, like, because now you need to do abs every single day to keep your stomach at bay. It's insane. But I feel like my stomach is stronger because I'm targeting my core muscles, and it feels good actually to do them. I'm like, it's crazy because, yeah, 21, 22-year-old Victoria would be like, would be laughing at myself now. Learning to be gentle with my body has really helped, and like appreciate where I'm at. And that's why, you know, like I mentioned, when my boyfriend took that progress photo of myself, I went back and I looked at it, and I was incredibly proud of myself, because I'm like, despite me being 163 pounds, I'm 23 pounds away from where I want to be. I'm like, look how far my body has come. Like, and forget the number, the 20 something pounds that I've lost. I'm like, look at the definition in my body. Yes, I've got cellulite on my thighs. That ain't going nowhere. I'm not getting that removed. I'm a thick girl, always been thick. That's going to be there. But seeing the curve in my waist, seeing the little lines on my stomach, like some abs want to peek out. Yes, they want to peek out. I'm proud of myself, you know, and I just want to share that it's okay, like, that our bodies don't snap back. My kids will be 5 years old and I'm still not at my goal weight, you know? And I know a lot of people expect women, or I mean, I don't know if they expect, but they're so used to seeing women jump back and snap back into, you know, like the thinnest versions of themselves after kids, because that's what social media portrays. But I'm just, you know, I have to remind myself, some of that is editing, some of that is doctors, and I'm not knocking those folks, because hey, if I was able to get my stuff lipoed out, I would have been did it, to be honest. I think it's really important to just be gentle with oneself. I have been far from gentle. I've used a lot of negative speak and a lot of negative talk mentally, internally, when I see like the number on the scale and it's not what I want. And that's one of the things that my therapist and I were talking about. Let's eliminate that, because it's like, yes, my body is going to change. It's going to look different. The number on the scale is going to fluctuate. And it's like, I cannot sit here and beat myself up because I had one bad day. That's okay. Like, you're going to have days when you do not stick to your food log, your foods. I'm not going to scale everything properly. Like, that's the thing. I was even taking things down to where I was like weighing it. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. For me, it at least helps me identify how much I'm actually consuming, because I didn't realize I was consuming so much more food than I needed. Yeah, but anyway, going back to like the negative speak, I have to stop telling myself, like calling myself mean names or degrading myself because the scale said I wasn't at, I didn't drop 2 pounds last week like I was supposed to or intending to or whatever, because it wasn't doing anything good for me. It was just keeping me down. And so now I try to counter it. And the more that I have been countering that negative talk, the easier it has been to just like not even have it come into my mind. Like, I got on the scale the other day and it wasn't what I wanted, and I just like, okay, we'll try again tomorrow. Like, and I just kind of move along, and it's just helping me not degrade myself, because it's like our bodies, as everybody's bodies, but in particular women's bodies, we go through so many changes. Whether you've had a child or not, it's just fluctuations and hormones and all that stuff. Like, our bodies go through so much, and I think it's important for us to be gentle with ourselves and to appreciate your body while you're on the journey. That's another thing I've been working on, is like just appreciating the way I look now, because I hope a year from now I look so much more toned and different. I want to appreciate where I'm at now, because it's like, I think this can be attributed to anything in life. It's like, if you don't appreciate where you are currently in your journey, how can you fully appreciate where you end up if you're so busy looking at the future goal? Like, just embrace it all. It may not be what you're happy with, but at least for me, it's helping redefine like my level of confidence within myself. And like, I have all these outfits and stuff, and I'll try on different outfits, and I'll see, like, even if I still love, my little fupa sitting out a little bit, I'm like, that's okay. That fupa looking good, and it's going to be gone in the future, but let's appreciate it while it's now, because that fupa came from somewhere. It came from having my 2 babies, or my relationship weight, and enjoying my boyfriend and making the good memories that came along with that. Like, just trying to create a more positive spin on it. Might not work for all, but it's working for me. And even though the number is not drastic, some folks have lost 40, 50, 100 plus pounds. Like, I only lost, I think, less than 30, but it's just like, still, to see the way my body looks different, it's astounding to me, and I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you guys that are on a journey, whether you're just starting or whether you're in the thick of it. It's just like, it is something to be proud of. And go back and look at those pictures and look and see just how much you have changed. I wanted to share my experience, and it's not perfect, and we're not going to all get there in the same way, but I just urge you to be gentle with yourself, to embrace where you are, and just know you can't cheat your way to your ideal body. I want to say that because I have definitely done that on my journey. I'm like, I'm not proud of it, but I done it, and I was desperate, and it didn't get me anywhere. No, like I was saying, the only time I really feel like I saw progress is when I stuck to my routine. I stuck and was dedicated to what I wanted to do, and that's when I started to see the progress. I took the laxatives, I took the diuretics, fasting, and basically not eating all day, and it was like, it helped me in the moment, and then I went right back to where I was, and I just start right on over, and I had to just do it the hard, old-fashioned way, just patiently and with time. It's not a marathon, it's not a race, it is a journey. I'm just wishing you all luck in your journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.